Come in, or we both starve. Really loving how ominous this is. Green ninjas help shampoo commercial actresses do their hair swing. These commercials would be so much better if they left them in. New study shows people with panic disorders respond poorly to being locked in underwater elevators. Who knew? The more you look at this picture, the more anxious it becomes. This is just a normal Waffle House. 100 acres of pizzas are served in the US every day. Who the hell measures pizza in acres? USA. This extension blocks any content. That is not an ad. The future is here. If you install this and then install adblock, you get to look at absolutely nothing. Same height party. What? Imagine walking in and being taller than the standard height, and everyone groans because they have to change into taller shoes. While my friend and I were out ice fishing, his dog broke out of his house and got herself a job. Full story. How did this happen? This dog has a job and I don't. I take a sip of this, and Dr. Pepper himself drops down from the ceiling and breaks my neck. I found out I was trans when I tried to drink this, and my hand clipped through it. I wanted to post the full picture, but I only have the edit I made where the mum is smoking. Barn falling off into a swamp. If years ago you told me that signing up for this site meant I would someday empathize with a barn, I would have laughed so hard. If you flip the Sony logo and cut it in half, you get, who discovered this? You're not going in circles. You just need to see differently. Ah, yes. A downward spiral. Of course. I dropped the ketchup and screamed in shock, and then my brother came in and thought it was blood and screamed too, and we were both screaming at ketchup. My family is no longer allowed to play Wii bowling. A door is just a vertical lid. I'm trying to think of a reason why this is wrong, and I can't find one. My dad walked in and he saw my Google background and he walked away. Imagine my disappointment when I cut this watermelon in half. Literally heartbreaking. See that crack? He broke his private area. This is disturbing. The concept of time was invented by humans and does not exist. These memes are getting so unsettling. Birds have contributed nothing to society. Speak for yourself, my boy. What makes us human? Probably not that. Guys, I think I just ate a dog treat. I thought it was a vanilla Oreo. I'm done with myself. When he low-key prefers the doll. You know, usually I think people are exaggerating when they say, you couldn't waterboard this out of me. But yeah, you couldn't waterboard this out of me. Look, they actually do have toasters with little windows so you can watch your food get toasted. I thought this was a jailed-themed toaster. Do you have any advice for a 10-year-old? Get off the internet and eat as much dirt as you can before it becomes socially unacceptable. You're only 18. You will regret that tattoo when you're older. My mom says she hands me college applications so I can decide on the career I will have for the rest of my life. Whoa.
Amazing.
The location of every star on a national flag. Density of map stars on national flags. Me vision when I get a bump on me noggin. Small, wild, boneless. 3 words that describe me. Are you a worm? Long, wiggly, and ready to get squiggly. If you ever feel you're good at driving, just remember that this exists. A roundabout. Made of roundabouts. Honestly, one of the best things I've seen a GoPro used for. Last year I was eating in a fancy, large restaurant when I began to hear a rumble and the distant sound of people chanting, "Potassium, potassium," and suddenly hundreds of people dressed as bananas flood this restaurant chanting potassium over and over, and we were trapped in there for a very long time because the bananas would not leave. Llama versus goat population. Insightful. So who would win in a war? Seriously, because llamas are a lot bigger, but I guess I think goats, right? Goats are more aggressive. Has anyone studied in llama and goat combat? My friend Rachel isn't ticklish whatsoever, and when I asked her why she isn't, she told me, one day I just chose not to be ticklish anymore, and that's why I am terrified to death of my friend Rachel. I thought this was normal, it's what I do. Also, I chose to stop sneezing, and I haven't done for a couple of years now. These are the people I fear. I am 41 Cheetos tall. Why did you think you needed to measure yourself in Cheetos? We were out of Doritos. What does this mean? 2 pieces of chicken. This is probably my favorite piece of London graffiti, purely because of the apparent absence of meaning. Well, you know what the true meaning is? Not everything needs meaning. I've had this smiley face balloon for 4 years because it won't deflate, and I feel bad popping it. Its smug aura mocks me. You. Satan's friendly form. The one in the white towel though. Burritos. Wait, are you suggesting that they're edible? That's not cuteness daily. I took a picture of my coffee because it looked pretty cool, but then I put a negative filter over it, and it actually looks like a small galaxy. When you sneeze during a test, thank God this has never happened to me. Crippling anxiety. We're best friends. I should not be able to emotionally identify with a floss container. Splendid daddy. A man who strives to be a sugar daddy, but just doesn't have the funds to pull it off. Okay, that's my new favorite word. Ah, yes. Yes, the three genders. Girl, boy, and mischief. Walking into Target, but having no idea what. Target. Evil game design must be never done for money reasons. Evil game design must be done for the love of evil itself. I just realized that the kanji for bone looks like a little skeleton fella, and I can't get over it. I made a collage of in 39 different fonts. All around me are familiar. Why are cows so famous? Because they're outstanding in their field. Stop unfollowing me. I'm funny. I can't breathe. I am finished with this country. This is not summer. This is hell. My army is almost ready. We here at Chuck E. Cheese do not condone violence. Please delete this post. Why don't more people love stingrays? Look at that face. Me going to search the world for love. Me going downstairs to get a fresh glass of orange juice. Me. Jersey City stabbing victim tells cops he'll handle the situation his damn self. I hate when people say I'm Spanish. Like, no, that's a language, not a nationality. The uncomfortable tea set. Yes, I am uncomfortable. Ooh, long tea. And they say girls with brown hair can't wear jeans. Who said that? Inkweeds. That's some Studio Ghibli stuff right there. That is the most emo of all mushrooms. Hot new meme. Saying, society if, think that's already true. And just posting pictures of normal cities. Society if dolls ate meat. I found my deviant art from when I was 12. I don't deserve this. All I have is me. A lonesome peanut. I work in a library. Right now it's school holidays, and a lot of kids just get dumped there by their parents and told to amuse themselves. They get bored very quickly. Today, they put Garfield in jail. The bathroom. An object from my dream last night. Good dream. I don't actually remember my dream. The GIF broke. This amuses me a little too much. That is a great vest. Great vest, bro. I love the Sydney Opera House. Planetarium presenters trying to explain to a busload of 4th graders how incomprehensibly vast spaces. Me, 10, who will never be the same again. Throughout the entire galaxy, wood is probably more rare than diamonds. Okay, this one is actually rather profound to think about. Aliens invade Earth, and when someone asks them why they're here and what they want, the aliens are like, and they have to wait a minute for the humans to stop giggling. Screw all philosophy, except for whatever the hell Diogenes was trying to teach. In a rich man's house, there is no place to spit but his face. I'd like to present to you my proposal for a Michigan-less super lake. Lake no more Michigan. Lake Michigan. Hey, what if we didn't combine dozens of unrelated political positions into 2 color-coded options? That sounds like something someone from the other color would say. Get 'em, boys. Electricity consumption in Europe. In 1507. This is the most useless f***ing map I've ever seen, and I love it. I want to print it out and put it on my wall. The snowman came out a little differently than expected. Know your body type. Pear, apple, banana, grapes. I identify with raspberry because I prefer raspberries. Raspberries. My 2001 psychology textbook literally describes people as supreme meme machines, and I can't believe I'm reading this with my own eyes. We humans are the supreme meme machine. You may be thinking, oh Jeeves, somebody help. That guy is drowning. Fear not, he uses his gills to breathe underwater. Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to have to watch the little guy drown. Nice save, God. 7 things you absolutely need to pack for college. 6 massive limestone cube. You never know. Blue eyes, hairy chest. Furby. Kinda like a guy, but better. That's an interesting marketing strategy. I summon blue eyes, hairy chest in attack position. Fun fact about me is that when I was a kid, I would write capital E's with as many of those horizontal little lines as possible, and I would call them ladder E's, and adults hated them. Tape googly eyes next to your webcam to help maintain eye contact. Note, this is not an original tip. I saw it somewhere a while ago and can't remember or figure out where, but it's still great advice. You approach a lonely crab. He appears to be weeping. Seduce him. Devour. Why is there no console him option? Why do you either have to smash him or vor him? I hate this. Me, articulating all the flaws in a piece of media and enjoying it anyways. I'm glad I can mute during class because the entire time I was taking notes, I was snickering and saying, smell that? Out loud to myself. Sponsored. Smell that? I love the pedestrian to car stare down when you see them go from a rolling stop to a full stop. Like, that's what the hell I thought. Vehicular manslaughter me about it. What are you going to do with that big car? Gonna hit me? Better make it count. Better make it hurt. Better kill me in one shot. As the Cold War comes to a climax, one must have all the necessary supplies. Brother. The Sydney dust storm in 2009 that made everyone wake up and think their houses were on fire. I remember waking up, my blinds closed, to a world of red light and looking out, unable to see beyond the veranda, and assuming the world had ended overnight. My friend's girlfriend made Chad an incel Sims with Sans as their dog. Gonna go stand in a creek. Do you guys need anything? Yeah, I need you to find a leaf and gently set it in the water and watch solemnly as it floats away. God, finally a reasonable request. I'm going through my follower list and blocking everyone who I think is a robot. And man, some of you don't make it easy to see if you're a human or not by first glance. I respect your aesthetics, but holy fuck, you have no idea what you're up against. Like, is this a human being, or is this a robot's approximation of human absurdity? Man, the flesh sucks. I'm going to abandon it for the machine. Hey, was anyone going to tell me that the machine is also subject to change? The nature of my decay is just different now. It sucks. I'm going to abandon the machine for the divine. Bad news about the divine. Some of you know this already, but the absolute worst thing to ever happen to me was when a boy threw a cat on me and I tried to catch it, and my thumb went up its bottom. It's quiet in class, and I burst out laughing in the middle of class. See, I'm not really laughing, I'm just kind of like, poor cat, you know? Gamers don't take hot showers. They take steamy ones. What? Don't tell them. Don't you dare tell them. I made this Doug Dimmer dagger the other day. Hope you guys like it. Doug Dimmer dagger? Weapon of the Dimsdale Dims... What am I reading? Does Canada even have a president? Or is it just whichever moose has the strongest antlers? Oh my actual god. I'm Canadian, and I find this offensive. We elect the best maple tree to become president. I'm 20 years old, and I still have no idea how girls make hats out of towels after they shower. One time my brother tried to yank away my towel hat, and was promptly horrified when I yelled in pain. I didn't know your hair was in there, he cried. Boys, wait, your hair is in the twisty part? Oh dear. This is actually my favorite thing. Our favorite recipe. 1 shortcake, 1 raspberry, 1 strawberry, 1 blueberry, 1 cherry, 15 cans of ready whip real whipped cream. I will feed all of you fuckers. Aesthetic. Experience tranquility. Spilled beer on my pants 3 minutes after boarding. 16 hours to Hong Kong. Some people have the best luck. Yeah, I mean, for me, this is what happens. I have bottles in my room, water bottles, and I will forget to put the lid on them. I will knock it over, and then it's all on my shit, and it's fucked up. Watches Netflix happily. Remembers homework, exams, and responsibilities. Watches Netflix stressfully. Summary of my school career. Norway considers giving mountain to Finland as 100th birthday present. Imagine having foreign relations like this. Relationship goals. Pugs are usually locally grown and harvested during the spring season. 2014 marks the highest crop yield of the decade, with a reported number of 133,870 pugs harvested during the year. I'm convinced girls only want one thing from guys. All of our hoodies. He's figured it out. She wants the H. Soap. I bled for this piece of trash. Please like it. Oh, I thought it was a photo. Damn, it took me 5 minutes to figure out why you wanted people to like a picture of soap. You did such a good job thinking you are just posting random pictures of soap. I am so confused. What is going on? Couples and movies. Good morning, babe. I love you so much. Let me make you breakfast. Let's do something. Actual couples. Wake up. Where is my sock? If you are awake right now, what time is it there and what are you thinking about? It's 1:46 and a boy. It's 1:46 and my ex. 4:09 and my wife. 4:31 and my depression. 4:44. Why I'm young with ear problems. The Kiss, a 12,000-year-old rock painting in Brazil. Lawful, neutral, chaotic. Good, neutral, evil. Unclassified, my good bid. A visual history of Richard Nixon getting lazier. Nixon bots through the ages. Richard Nixon, or Prime Nixon. Richard Niff. 4. The Big Dipper, as it is today, left, and as it will look like in 50 years. Dream of stars. Squashed my spoon. Sensible part of brain. You made enough pasta that you could take it for lunch tomorrow. Put it in a container. Overwhelming majority of brain. Shovel the pasta into your face. Do it. Put it in your face. The future is meaningless, but the pasta is now. You know, I've never done a chia pet, but I really tried hard. You know what? He would be proud of you. Bought this a few years back from Goodwill. No idea what cool cakes means or why that sun is so indifferent. This image has a very 4:46 PM on a Wednesday energy to it. Oh, to be a kid in front of a bun. Bun. Oh, to be a kid in front of a bin of multicolored rocks in an obscure gift shop. Spins my clothes in a wet metal tube, then bakes them in a different metal tube to undo the wetness. In literature, this is called defamiliarization, so congrats, this post is officially a literary masterpiece. In my house, it's called laundry. Thank you. Ape Escape. Who is she? What eyeshadow is that? A mural made from color swatches you get from paint stores. Sir, please stop taking all of the paint swatches. We just refilled those. Sir, please? Everyone needs this on their dash from time to time. Wait, this is adorable. Dad, here's something for you to wear so the whole world will know number one. My daughter is number one. I found the best card for my dad. This strawberry is cooler than I will ever be. No, it's not. You're cooler than this strawberry. Mundels McDoom. No. Reading a whole book in one day isn't a flex. All the times I read entire books in one sitting, I definitely wasn't doing okay. Reading a 300+ page book in one sitting is kind of like drinking an entire bottle of wine by yourself. Lapidare, the genus of dwarf succulent plants. They have a geometric shape and are really interesting to look at. I support farming. In fact, you could call me a protractor. Germa is always standing in pictures like a sporty blonde girl who just graduated nursing school. Refuse to stop laughing at this. You did it! You broke Garfield down to its basic fundamentals. Shakespeare walks into a gay bar. Exit, pursued by a bear. This is it. This is peak humor. It's embarrassing to have my mask off now. That's too intimate. My coworkers don't know me like that. People be like, I'm so tired and sleepy, and then stay up doing hyperfixation stuff for the next 5 hours. If I say goodnight and an hour later you see me online, it's not that I lied, it's just that I failed. Dad kept hiding pine nuts in the pages of this magazine and letting Edgar root around for them. Edgar cannot be released into the wild due to an injury. He now works as an ambassador bird and general house old nuisance. Let's just turn abandoned shopping malls into affordable apartments and keep the food courts and comfy palm trees and fountains and places to sit. That would be really nice. This is a fine idea. Who wouldn't want to live in a nice mall? File under things that are actually a thing, but look super awesome and should be more of a thing. That's some Jigsaw from the Saw movie stuff right here. Here, you have the opportunity to earn some extra credit on your final paper grade. Select whether you want 2 or 6 points added onto your final paper grade. But there's a small catch. If more than 10% of the class selects 6 points, then no one gets any points. Your responses will be anonymous to the rest of the class. Only I will see the responses. My internship boss was talking about how he had to work in a mailroom to make ends meet during college, where he only made $6 an hour. And $6 in January 1980 has the same buying power as $18.73 in 2017. I'm actually gonna check that now. Buying power calculator. This will be in pounds. Show amount. What the fuck? That is crazy. I'm posting the photo right now. This is why my generation is angry about the minimum wage. The secret to life is to always use more spinach and less rice than you think. The second secret to life is that fresh air, warm sun, and a cup of tea will make your problems small enough to start handling. The third secret to life is that violence sometimes really is the answer. You know what my main advice is? My main advice to life is that we will die. So appreciate it. It's not sewing supplies. My question is, how does every single person identify with this? Is it like a secret rule to those for sewing supplies? Yeah, why is that? Good question. Because they are beautiful, because they are sturdy. Because once... Okay, that's according to Cora. Thanks, Cora. Love you, Cora. It's actually my great-grandmother's name. That is really weird thinking about it. What the fuck? Wait, what? Also, it's the next day and it's very late, but I just want to say thank you guys for the support. As I was going through this video, I was like, fuck it, I haven't said this. I appreciate every single one of you for watching. And honestly, this year, videos-wise and content-wise, it'll be so much better. I have so many ideas and so much stuff to do. And if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments because I do a lot of your guys' ideas. Blah, 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 blah. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it a lot.